Hi everyone, my name is Heidi and I'm coming to you from sunny Florida. Today is Monday, June 17th, and it is a beautiful day here in Florida. The heat is starting to crank up, but we're ready for it. This is Florida. So this is episode 53, and today I'm going to be talking about knitting, crocheting, and a little bit of cross stitching. So welcome. If you're new, I'm so glad you stopped by, and welcome back to all the returning viewers. If you like what you see, I hope you'd consider subscribing, and you can see what I'm up to the next time. You can find me other than YouTube on Instagram and Ravelry as Yarn It Heidi, and anything I talk about today will be listed down below in the description box. Just look for the word more underneath the title of this podcast channel, and then it will give you all the information. And of course, I'd love to hear anything you have to say or ask me, and you can comment below. So it's been so long since I podcasted. It was before Memorial Day, so close to a month, 3 weeks, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit later in the life adventures. So let's go on to our first thing, our finished objects. My finished object, I only have one, knitting one, and then I have a couple of cross-stitch ones, which you've seen before, but now they're fully finished. Okay, the first one is a pair of socks, and they are called the Enchanted Heel Socks, and they are designed by Erica Taylor, also known as the Lopsided Crafter. So this was really, it was all about the heel, doing a different kind of heel. See it there? It's hard to see with this kind of colorway, but I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. I'll just give you some of the deets first. Okay, so the yarn is from Deep Stash a few years back. Let me try to see what it's called. It is called Silky Sock. The colorway is Pansy, and it is really nice. It has 70% superwash merino, 20% silk, and 10% nylon. So I never used the sock. I might have gotten it on sale at a yarn shop. I'm really not sure. So that's this main color here, very colorful. And then the green, the lime green, is from my stash. I couldn't tell you who, what, any of that details, but I know it's just a mini that would go good with the colors in this. So I used 2.25 millimeter needles, which is a size 1, and I did my favorite way of doing socks, 2 circulars in the round. So about the pattern, it's pretty much a vanilla sock except for the heel. I did for the cuff, by the way, it's a size small, 56, to fit me. And because I'm a loose knitter, maybe it could even go to somebody a little bit larger on a foot like my sister. So the cuff is 15 rows of just a standard 2x2 ribbing. And I did for the leg portion, which is pretty much stockinette, 50 rows. And then I did the heel. The heel is almost like a slip stitch and gusset, but in this case, she doesn't have you pick up stitches. You know, it's something that she doesn't care for, so she made it work so you don't have to pick up the gusset stitches. So it's a little bit longer to do, but I have to tell you, the heel fits perfectly. It's just like a slip stitch and gusset heel, just a different technique of doing it, and it really fits beautifully. Okay, so that was the heel. That's the only difference, and I didn't modify anything of that. The foot portion, I did about 44 rows, and then a rounded toe. This too was a little bit different than what I normally do for a rounded toe, and I really like it. I like the way it looks. Decreases here. It fits so nice, this sock. And the yarn is really cool how it pulls here. It's a little bit different. The other one, you know, the pattern formation is different because of the way the yarn pulls, because they are like micro striping. And then, you know, when you got onto the heel, it started pulling. Anyway, I love it. Check it out. It's a pattern on Ravelry called the Enchanted Heel Socks. And that's it. Very cool. So that will go into my sock drawer, or maybe I'll give it away. I have to figure it out. The next one is, I showed it a little while ago and I finished it, but it's cross stitch, and I decided to send out my work to fully finish it, because after all these years, I've come to the fact I'm not good at it. I get stressed out. I work hard for the stitching, and then to have a sloppy job at the end really bothers me to no end. So I decided, I heard from somebody talking to at a cross stitch shop, and they used somebody, and I went, looked them up on Instagram, and she has a finishing service. So and she wasn't badly priced. I did it, and I'm so pleased. The first one was for my calendar, the monthly calendar, called The Stitchy House by Erica Arndt, known as the Confessions of a Homeschooler. And look how beautiful. I did all this stitch work, and then she just did cording around the work, and then she put on this backing and put a bow and this pretty button. It is so pretty. I'm so glad I did it. It is so neat and tight, and it was well worth it to me. So now I could proudly present my stitching work and not feel awkward about my finishing on it. So that's that one. I love it. As a matter of fact, the finishing service is called Starry Night Studio, and she's on Instagram, and she put it on like a reel with a bunch of other finishings that she did, and this one popped up, and everybody was asking. She told me, messaging her, like, what pattern is that? What pattern is that? Because presentation of how it was that she did it. So that's that. So after I do the next one, I'm going to send it off to. So then I did, even a small one for, this is called the Statehood Splendor Series for all the different states. This is for Oregon, for my son. Again, I just wanted basic. This is for my son. I didn't want anything too elaborate, fancy, So she just did cording, a little ribbon on top, and a beautiful backing to match for the state of Oregon, which I'm going to send off to my son in Oregon. So yeah, so that is it for my finishing, because I was away, and let's face it, when you're away, you don't do as much knitting as when you do at home. All right, so let's go on to works in progress. So works in progress, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Okay, yeah, one is cross stitch. Okay, the first one is a crochet. I'm sorry, it's been so long since I podcasted, I'm fumbling over my words. So this one, I showed the last time, it was only a little bit. So this is my no stress, or actually to release stress type crocheting when I'm on Zoom. Just easy to take out and do it anywhere. If I don't remember where I am, it's okay. So this is the 12-star blanket, 12-point star blanket. Let me lift it up. And this is I got it off the tutorial by Bella Coco, because she does left-handed and right-hand tutorials. So I followed her, and after a few rows, I'm on my way without even looking, at the tutorial. The yarn is Lion Brand ice cream base. The color is Parfait. It is such a fun colorway to look at. I'm almost done. I'm just going to finish up with the yarn. I'm going to go as far as I can and finish it. I'm going to actually donate this blanket with a knitting group that I have here where I live. They do a lot of donating knitting or crocheting, and I'm going to send it too, because I already have blankets saved up for my son, and I already have for my niece who just had a baby. So I'm going to donate this when I sit at that knitting circle or crochet circle. I'm going to just keep doing blankets to donate. So the hook that I used was a size H, and it's such a lovely pattern. This is like my third or fourth one that I've made of this. For some reason, I can't follow the pattern written. I don't know why. Something's not clicking. But on the tutorial by Bella Coca, boom, I got it. Yeah, so what else can I tell you? Size, that's it. Nothing much. The next time it'll be finished. I'm just going to finish off the ball of yarn. And ta-da, all over. Okay, the next one is, I don't know if I'm going to have this done. I'm going to Rhinebeck this year, and for those that don't know, it's also called as the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, and this is the biggest event of the year up in New York, recognizing people that sell yarn, all these vendors, not just yarn, even animals and other gadgets, beads, buttons, books, wool. So much is here. It used to be my favorite day of the year until I moved down to Florida, but this year we're going, and I'm rooming with 7 other girls, and it's going to be so much fun. So they want to do like a house sweater. You can or cannot participate, don't have to. So I said, let me try. So they wanted to do this sweater called the Cipolla, and it could be short sleeves or long sleeves. So that's why they picked it, because some of them are from the Midwest, I would say, Ohio and Illinois, and us Florida. So they said, let's do a pattern that could be for both, short sleeves and long sleeves. So they chose this pattern called the Cipolla by Caitlin Hunter, and it is a color work sweater, and this is how I am doing so far. I should take it off this little marker, not that I can really stretch it out too far. So the top is here. This is the top. It's like a rolled top. I have no idea if it's going to fit me. This is going to be like, I don't know, because I didn't get gauge, so I had to adjust all my needles, and I'll tell you about that. First, let me just tell you about the yarn. The gray is, it's like a lavender mist. Believe it or not, it looks gray, but there has a little tinge of lavender, and I think it's called lavender. Let me see. What is it called? Jeez, I don't know. Lavender. I don't know. I didn't write it down. Oops. I messed up. So, but the yarn is from Pearl Soho. It's their linen quill linen or linen quill? Linen quill. It is 50% Highland wool, 35% alpaca, 15% linen. Oh, it's called lavender opal. I found it. And this purple, which is sparkly, it was all caked up in my stash. No tag. I have no idea what yarn it is. Anything like that. I knew it was fingering, but I figured it would go good with this, and it does. So that is it. What else can I tell you? So with the needles, okay, for the top, I'm doing a size 3. For the color work, I'm doing a size 7 because I am a very tight color work user. And then for the body, a size 5. So I got all the odd numbers, 3, 5, and 7. Let's see how it comes out. Once I finish this color work, and there seems to be a lot of rows with the color work, a lot, up to like close to 40 rows. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to try it on and see what the status is. So cross your fingers. I have no idea because of my gauge being so off and me being a tight color work knitter. But I was watching, we had, with my Love and Stitches membership, we had a guest, Julianne from Twin Stitches Design. She came on and she talked about color work, and she was saying she was telling us that a little tip for not being such a tight color work knitter or crocheter is to loosen up the stitches that are on the needles before you do the next color, like spread them out. So I'm trying to be cognizant of that and seeing if that makes a difference. I have no idea. But and then it might put everything off because I'm not doing my usual color work technique. We'll see. I'm going to try it out and see if it makes a difference. And if it does, I'll continue on. I don't care. If it gets looser, great, because I know it's going to be a little tight on there. Okay, so that is my first one. The second one, oh wait, I'm sorry, that's my second one. I did the blankets, now I did the Cipla. The next one, I am excited to show you because I am addicted to this one. A while back, I saw this at a yarn shop and I met with one of the Love and Stitches membership and she was wearing this beautiful cowl. And I said, what did you get? She goes, actually, I got the pattern and the colors here, the yarn here. So I bought the yarn for it and I bought the pattern through the yarn shop. It was called Starlight Society in Portland, Oregon. This was like last year. I think it was last year. Or maybe it was this spring. No, it had to be last year. So I got it, and I tell you, I am in love with this pattern. Wait till you see it. It is gorgeous. Okay. This is it so far. I am loving this. I don't know which is the top, oh, this is probably the top. It is going to be so gorgeous. Oh, I have to see, look, I got Hello Kitty stitch stop, needle stoppers. This is from my friend Ronnie. She gave us and a few other gals, some stitch markers, and I had to take Hello Kitty. So adorable. But anyway, so let me give you details about this beautiful, beautiful cowl. I am so excited about this. So it is, the name of the cowl is Same But Different. And let me get the designer's name because I never used this designer. I never did any of her patterns. So Same But Different cowl by Cheryl Faust, F-A-U-S-T. And it is like a mosaic knitting. And the yarn, let me get this too. I think the gray is from Blue Sky Fibers, Woolstock Worsted, that's their base. And the color is Gray Harbor. And then the multicolor here, but it starts out like a bluish down here and goes up this brown, is by Spin Cycle Yarns, Dream State Base, and the color is Shades of Earth. Oh, that's the back. And then that is 100% American wool. So it is mosaic knitting, which I've never done before. And the yarn, the needle sizes are 5 and 6. So believe it or not, I'm almost done. There's lots of charts. There's like 5 charts that you do this with. And believe me, they're so easy. I'm not really reading the chart because there's so many. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. And I was getting confused. So I'm going by the written instructions, which is still so easy. And yeah, what else can I tell you about this? Except that I'm in love with it. And it's very addicting. Yeah. So by the time I talk to you again next time, it will be over. Let me see if there's anything else I need to know about it. No, I don't know what else to tell you about it except that it's fun. A lot of slip stitches, a lot of knitting, and that's how you get that mosaic. Mosaic has a lot of slip stitches in it. Isn't that beautiful? And then like this I-cord edging is so perfect. So perfect. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So when I'm done, it's going to be like this. And I think at the end, the only thing is the beginning, the cast on that they have here, where is it? Oh, over here, is a little tricky. I don't remember how I did it, but I was like, oh, this ain't going to come out right. But it did. And it's tricky. That's the only tricky thing about the pattern, but that should never deter you about moving on. She has a tutorial on it. I think she has a tutorial on a few things with this. And just keep going, and you're going to love this pattern. So that is Same But Different cowl. And yeah, next time, I'm hoping it'll be finished. It should be, because I love doing it every day. Okay, the last one I have is a cross-stitch one that I'm participating with some friends. They're Love and Stitches. We're all kind of doing our thing at this point because I know it's going to take me a while. It's on very dark linen, and I can't do it every day. It's just taking me a while. So that's all right. It's not a race. It's the process. For me, it is. So let me get the deets on this. This is called The Moonshine Cabin by My Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is where I'm at so far. It's so pretty. So pretty. This is going to be a cabin. You can see I'm starting the cabin. And there's a little bird there. So this is a Lugana linen. The colorway is charcoal. I'm just using DMC floss. And this is a beautiful linen to work on. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to finish this in the pattern. They finish it off in a hoop. So maybe I'll do that. This might be something that will look good in a hoop because it has a moon, it's round. I don't know. So I'm thinking about putting this in a hoop. So yeah, so that's called the Moonshine Cabin. Maybe I'll work on it a little bit today. For once, I don't have any plans after this except to go on Zoom and hang out with some friends, and that's it. So, yep, that's my cross stitch. I have a couple of other cross stitches, but they didn't get too much love. This one, before I went away, got a little love. So then I have like 3. Who am I to have 3 cross stitch projects on the go? Usually I have one of that and the rest is knitting and crocheting. I am getting it all in. The other thing I've been doing, and I'll just mention them quickly, is I've made for quite a few years these knitted knockers. It is an organization that that supplies these knitted knockers in to either any customers, patrons, or hospitals or doctor's offices for women that have had mastectomies. Instead of getting those heavy prostheses, they knit or crochet them so they could put it in there and feel whole again, you know. So I've been doing it for years, and now that I'm retired, I'd like to do more. So I'd like to represent a state or represent a clinic or a doctor's office. So they do have a department for that because it saves them money than to keep sending off, where I can just hand deliver a bunch of them to a local place. So I contacted the Knitted Knockers organization, and they said, yeah, we'd love that. And they sent me all kinds of materials. And to get myself started, I had to fill out a registration form, and they sent me brochures and business cards, and they told me about 2 that are in my area that nobody's contacted them for quite some time. So I called one of them and said yes, and the truth be told, nobody's been here in quite some time, and the woman loved them. So I'm going to show you what a knitted locker looks like, okay? If you don't know. This is what they look like. I stuffed them, and I knitted them up, and then I stuffed them. And this is a pair, and you know, they have from anywhere sizes A to like, I don't know, like J or something, really up to there. So I said I'd like to do that. So I'm gonna now make for a clinic. They want like 20 at a time, you know, to keep in their office. Or actually the organization, Knitted Knockers, said, you know, supply them like 20 of all different sizes to get them started, and then I would replenish them. So I was like, oh, I don't have like 20 made. I have maybe 10 or 8 or 10. So she said, oh, we'll cover you, you know, we'll get you started. So let me tell you something. I went away, I came back, 2 boxes from the United States, you know, Postal Service, filled with unstuffed knockers. Unstuffed. There has to be like 100 of them. What did I get myself into? I mean, I love doing it, but there was so many. When she said, I thought I'd get you started, maybe 20. There has to be, I'm going to put a picture up here of all these knockers. There's got to be close to, I don't know, at least 50 to 100. I don't even know that I have to stuff. So, and believe me, I don't mind doing it. It's my donation to the organization. You know, of course, it saves them, the organization, because nobody gets paid. It's all voluntary. So people that stuff them are doing it out of, you know, the kindness. They get donations in monetarily to pay for the polyfill that stuffs the knockers inside there. And the stamping, they said they spend like $5,000 a month on stamps. So they sent this out to me, and now unstuffed, so they don't have to have anybody stuff them. They don't have to buy the polyfill. It's on me. It's my donation. I really don't mind doing it, but 100 of them? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to take on a clinic around here. And then And then I also wanted to do, because eventually me and Bill are going to get a place up north and go back and forth, not a lot, like a couple of months of the year or whenever we want to. So I said, oh, it wouldn't be good to just have a clinic and then not be around to supply them. They also have where you can represent the state, where the state, you can put in anybody that needs a knocker can put in for their state, and I could send to that particular person in that state. So that's more what I was hoping to do. So there's a list that I can go on, and I can just pick as many as I want to help fulfill people that need knockers. So I will do that too. And that is not as intense as this with a clinic that I have to supply like 20 of them at a time of different sizes. So I'm on my way to stuffing them. I stuffed maybe, I don't know, 10 to, I'm just going to do a few a day. That's all I can do. Otherwise, I'll never get anything done. So that is it. I'm glad to be doing it. I love doing it. Once I have them all stuffed, that will be it. They got me started. I'll just keep making them and provide on my own, and that will be it. So I'll let you know how it goes as I continue doing this. It's a great cause. Everybody that has participated in it or has used them truly appreciates it and loves it and helps their life be a little bit easier. So that is my little thing. Now let's go move on to acquisitions. My acquisitions, I have a few of them. I could go crazy. I have to stop doing it, but I just have a few. I'll tell you in a minute. All right, so a while back, I bought actually this project bag from somebody on Facebook. It's a group called D-Stash Unloading or something like that. And she had this bag for like a very good price. And I showed it the last time. And I was like, I want more of them. They're so beautifully made. So she had some up there and I had to get them. They're beautiful project bags. This is one. And look, with a little, what is that, like a caterpillar on there? A little baby caterpillar. Isn't this a beautiful bag? And the price is so minimal. I mean, if I tell you, did I even open this up? I have to open it up and see. She does such beautiful work. I don't even know her at all, just from what she puts on Facebook. Oh, look, I didn't even see what's attached to it. Anyway, there's bees up on top in that fabric and daisies here. So she actually used different fabrics, and then the back is there. And then I just saw this zipper, this pull zipper. Oh my gosh. And inside are butterflies. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Anyway, and then she stitched, quilted here, like, it must be like a spool of thread. I love this. She does an awesome job. I've never met her, but it is awesome. Then I saw this one because, okay, this one I'm gonna have to keep. And I don't know what kind of quilting she put. Oh, it's a flower. It's a flower in the middle. It's hard to see on camera. And then this is the back. I had to get the back because if you know me and if you don't know me, I love anything with hearts. So there is a heart, and she also quilted here, like there's a needle and thread in there. You can't really see it. What a shame. Let me open this up because I don't even know what the zipper pull is on this. I really didn't look. I just got them. Oh, well, inside is this beautiful pink swirly fabric. And then the zipper pull, I should have known, a heart. Love this one. This one I'm going to keep. This one I'm going to give to a friend, I think. I don't know. I want to share the love. I can't help it. That's just me. I want everybody to have as much joy as I do. Okay, so that's 2 project bags. Then I joined a subscription box. I already belong with one called Yarnable, and that's like a monthly, and you could skip and do whatever. I wanted to try out this one because somebody said it's good, and I like that they have an option of a 3-month, like every 3 months instead of every month, because, it gets expensive and it gets overwhelming. I'm certainly not going to knit everything I get at one time. So I got this one because it kept popping up, and then a friend said, oh, you won't be disappointed, you'll love it. So this is called Southern Skeins, their subscription box, And it came in this pink bag. And this is the yarn that came in this particular month. Because I'm only doing the 3-month one, which is good. So this is the May 2024 Springtime Hopper Southern Sock Set. Springtime Hopper. So when I saw this, I didn't even know I was getting this colorway, but I love green. And it feels so soft. I've never used their yarn, but I can tell you right now, it's very squishy. So that's a pretty colorway. Then with it, a tea bag. Okay, that's a chamomile tea. And then this is some kind of hand cream. Look how cute that is. It's called Happy Hands, handcrafted hand cream for hands that craft. Rose tattoo. Ooh, it probably smells like roses. I don't know. Then there is a needle stopper, which I've never used this kind because it has, 2 holes on top, 2 holes on bottom. I think you put 2 holes, I don't know, I have to try it. 2 needles in the top here, and it locks it in. I don't know, I've never tried this one with the 2 holes like that. We'll have to see. And then a stitch marker or progress keeper of a little bunny rabbit. Let me try to get it in its place. A little bunny rabbit. So I really like this this subscription box, and I like that I can get it every 3 months instead of every month. So we'll see the next time what I get. So that was my subscription box. And is that it? That is it for my acquisitions. Let's move on to life adventures. For life adventures, hold on. I did a lot. It may not seem a lot when I talk about it here because I only have a few things written, but it still is a lot. Before, after I podcasted last time, it was like around Memorial Day. So me and Bill always like to go to either a parade or a ceremony. So here where I live, there was a, not a parade, but a ceremony like 5 minutes away. So we went to that, and we really like it because they speak. It's not just a parade. They speak and they tell some stories. And then what was really adoring was some little brownies, Girl Scouts, and Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts were there to give all the veterans, anybody there, a card that they made, and then a box of Girl Scout cookies, which was so sweet. So they went around, and then somebody gave me and Bill a card and Girl Scout cookies. I thought that was the sweetest thing. And the card said, thank you. I don't know where I put them, but I don't have them with me. Thank you, and had pictures of the flag. It was so sweet that they did that. And then I just found out, I said to one of the dads of the Cub Scouts, I said, what you're doing with these boys is just unbelievable. So he said, it's not for just boys anymore. It's for, I said, oh my gosh, my son was a Boy Scout, he was an Eagle Scout. Things have changed. Now they incorporated, which is so awesome. So his little girl was also in his troop, for the Boy Scout. I think were they Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts? I'm not sure which ones they were, but they were there representing, and his daughter was involved with it too, which was so awesome. I did not know. I didn't mean to offend. I had no idea, but I'm so glad that everybody is included. So that was Memorial. Then we went after that. They had a barbecue at the American Legion. Me and Bill decided to join because Bill is a vet, and they do a lot of fun stuff. And why not? Like, we went to the American Legion just to see what it's all about, how to join. And they had this whole table of all these baked goods. And I was like, wow, they must be selling this, but there was so much of it. But they said, no, our local grocery store here, they call it Publix, they give away to like whatever they're not going to use, or it's going to go bad in a day or two, to like local places like the American Legion. So the American Legion goes there and picks up all their baked goods, and they give it all away to whoever comes into the American Legion for nothing. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can go in there and get a thing of muffins, cookies, or whatever. So Bill took, they said, take it, take something. So he took, I don't know, something that he wanted. And, like a little cherry pie, like a personal size one. And they said, just take it. Isn't that awesome that anybody can come in and just pick up these goods? And they had loaves of bread. What an awesome thing. So, we're going to join the American Legion. They have all kinds of events there. And it's just like a camaraderie thing. And everything is less expensive. You can get a dinner there, and supposedly they're very good. And, for really inexpensive. How awesome. So we're going to try doing that. So that was Memorial Day. Then I took a trip to visit my son for a couple of weeks. So he lives in Portland, Oregon. He was having, some work done. Anyway, so I went there and we did a lot. First of all, I went to 3 yarn shops. Portland has a lot of yarn shops. They have quilting stores, and they had a cross-stitch shop. Oh my gosh. So the 3 yarn shops I went to there, which I went to one called Starlight Society, but I didn't go there this time because I've already been there a couple of times. Actually I went to 4 yarn shops. I went to Close Knit this time just briefly, but I've been there before too. So that's 2 that I've already been to. Then I went to 3 other ones I've never been to before. One was called Weird Sisters, which was the cutest little shop, and they were attached to a bookstore. So if you're not a knitter, crocheter, or any of that, weaver or spinner, you can go to the bookstore while your significant other can go to the yarn shop. Very sweet store. I bought some things there. Then I also went to Ritual Dye Works, which is also in Portland. What another cute store. I actually did not buy yarn there, but I bought a little cross-stitch kit that they had there because they dyed the cloth, the linen. So I had to have it. So I bought that. That was Ritual Dyes. That was also close to where my son lives. And then the other one is the oldest yarn shop in Oregon. I'm not sure if it's the state or the area. Anyway, it's called Northwest Yarns. And my son saw a cute little market bag. And I got the colors for that. And I bought, so I got the colors to make that. What was that? Oh no, that was at Weird Sisters, a market bag. But I bought yarn at Northwest Yarns, their colorway that they represent. So I got their colorway for the store. So that was another one. So far I've been to 5 yarn shops in Portland, Oregon, since, going to Oregon, visiting my son. So you can tell that that's a place, if you want yarn, they have plenty to go to. So then I wanted to experience, because I heard it from a few people, about voodoo donuts. I wanted to go. My son said, I tried it once, it was just okay. And he said it was a while ago. I said, well, I have to go. Everybody says, try it. And there's plenty of donut shops in Portland as it is. We go to this one called Blue Star. Oh my God, delicious, delicious, delicious donut. So I said, well, I want to try voodoo because it's like an experience. So I'll go there, and believe it or not, I had to wait outside. They were only letting one person in at a time, and they had a security guard there. I don't know why, but anyway, there was only one person in the store ahead of us, and they wouldn't let us in until they came out. So I go there and I get this donut. I don't know which one to pick. They had so many crazy names. And I got this thing called the voodoo doll. I figured it represents the voodoo, And Jason got something with grape frosting and the sugary stuff. Well, anyway, don't judge me, folks, please, if you've had voodoo donuts. I did not like it. First of all, when I took a bite, it tasted just like Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't need to go to Voodoo and spend that much money on a donut. Actually, it wasn't too bad, but it was definitely more than Dunkin' Donuts. It's their frosting. It was like a chocolate frosting. I'm going to post a picture of what I got. It was tasted just like Dunkin' Donuts frosting. But the donut was so heavy, I couldn't even eat the whole thing. I ate half of it and threw it out. It was just super duper sweet, and it wasn't that good to me. I'm sorry, folks. And for me to throw away half a donut, because I love sugar, was like, because I didn't want to get sick. I knew that even after half of it, I was getting a little nauseous. And then Jason, same thing. He had this sugary, it was like purple frosting, and then the sugary stuff. And he said, Mom, it tastes just like Fun Dip, that stuff. So he wasn't thrilled. So sorry, Voodoo lovers. I don't think I'll go. I experienced it. It was fun to see all those quirky donuts, but that was it. So I'm glad it was an experience. I'm glad I saw all that, and I had to have it. And I'm not sorry. I'm glad I did it. So the next thing is Jason told me that, Portland, Oregon it's called the City of Roses, and their roses are like no other place. Everybody has roses. They are gorgeous, all different colors. And he said that there's this rose garden, and now is the time of year to go. And it's free. You just have to pay for parking. Well, this was outstanding. I never saw so many beautiful roses, all different shapes, colors. It was spectacular. And even when me and Jason walked, because he has dogs, we walked just on other days. People have roses all over, and they are just eye candy. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And roses happen to be my favorite flower. But besides the point, even if it wasn't, it was anywhere we went, because my sister was with us for a few days, and she couldn't believe the beautiful flowers and roses that were in Portland. So I'm going to show you at the end of the video a bunch of different roses I saw. And I even have a picture of me smelling a beautiful rose. And then I commented, stop and smell the roses. They were gorgeous. And then the last thing we did before I came home is Jason took me to a park that had a beautiful river there. I think it was a river. It was called the George Rogers Park. And it was like, Portland's the city, but this was like tucked away, and you felt like you were in the country. And people were like in the water, because it was a warm day, on the beach, picnicking. Oh, I'm sorry, why the landscape is always come when I podcast. I'm sorry if you hear that, but I'm almost done with everything. So anyway, you could picnic there, have lunch, you could take walks and go in the water. It was a really nice place to chill out and relax for the day. So we did that, and it was worth it. And, we took one of Jason's dogs with us, the little one, and loved it was beautiful to watch. Okay, so that is for the life adventures. Came home a little exhausted, not a little, a lot, because of jet lag. And I came back during the time in Portland, it was horrible weather in Florida, floods and rains. And I actually had to extend my day one day because I didn't think I could get back, which I'm glad I did, because they canceled flights. So I came back a day later. So what I've been watching and movies. Before I went to Portland, we went to see the movie because Bill wanted to see it, The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It was fun, exciting, a lot of action. Asked me what it was about. I couldn't tell you, but I know I enjoyed it. It kept me awake, and I watched that with him, and he liked it. So it was worth it because it was a lot of action. Then on TV, oh my God, I shouldn't keep saying that, but it was so exciting. This show, it's called Apples Don't Fall Too Far. It's on Peacock. That is a fun show about a mom with her kids, 4 kids, and I might have to put this on pause. I'm going to put this on pause until the landscape is done. I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully they won't come back. So back to what I was watching. Apples Don't Fall Too Far. It's on Peacock, and it's about a family with the mom being like the matriarch, and she's got 4 kids. And one day the mom disappears, and they don't know what happened to her. They're looking for her. They don't know if she's dead or alive, and they're all kind of like reliving things that led up to the disappearance of the mom. Awesome show so far. I didn't get to the end, so excited to see what happens at the end. I don't know if it leads up to another season. I have no idea, but I'm excited to finish watching that. And the other one is Heartland is back. That is my all-time favorite. That's on Netflix, about a family on a ranch and their trials and tribulations. And I always feel good after that show. There's always such a good message, and everything always blends together. It's like my favorite show. There's a lot of shows that have dysfunction and like a lot of sex and crimes and this and that. But this show just has like just families that have, things that happen to them and how they deal with it. And then it comes back to the family being at the dinner table once again. So it's a great show. If you've never watched it, I highly recommend it. A feel-good type show. And that is it, folks. It's been a pleasure coming back and talking with you all. I love doing it. If you have anything you want to ask me to talk about, comment down below. Otherwise, I'm going to end it here. I wish you peace and love in your life, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.